All right, so just to review some of the second category that was in your basic math review for inequalities, the struggle that I see students having is I think y'all are forgetting to flip your sign. So when it's asking you to solve this inequality, you have negative r is greater than or equal to negative 6. So that negative r has a 1 in front, so it's an automatic negative 1. So when we're solving for r and we divide by that negative 1, that is going to be that indicator that we are now going to have to flip the sign. I cannot express enough that when you're dividing or multiplying by a negative value, you have to flip your sign. So r, instead of being greater than or equal to, is now going to become less than or equal to, and then negative 6 divided by negative 1 is going to be positive 6. So if we're looking at it on the number line, it's equal to, so it's going to be a solid dot at 6, and then less than, we're going to shade to the left. So any value that falls in that number line in that shaded area is going to be a solution to that inequality. So when you're looking at your values, it says the first one is negative 11. So negative 11 is in the shaded region, so that is an answer. Then we have negative 6. Now negative 6 is also in the shaded region, that's an answer. Then we have negative 1, again, that's in our shaded region. 5 is also in the my shaded area. Now 6.1, so 6.1, I'm going to zoom in, is just barely past the 6. So we said it was less than or equal to 6. We didn't say that it could be greater than 6. So 6.1 is not an answer, or not a solution for this inequality. So then we have negative 7. That's going to be in my shaded area. So negative 5.9, again, that's in my shaded area. We have 0. 5.9, so if I'm looking at 6 again, I'm looking at just below that 6 value, which is still in the shaded area. So if it's still in that shaded area, it's still going to be a solution. So 7 is actually outside of my shaded region, so that's not going to work. We have negative 6.1, that's going to be a solution. We have negative 5, positive 1, and then 6. So 6 is, it says less than or equal to 6. So 6 is still an answer choice or a solution. And then we have positive 11. So positive 11 is not in the shaded region, so that is not a solution. So when you actually write your inequality, it should be that x is less than or equal to 6, and you submit. All right, so one more example. So again, for this one, I have negative m is less than 6. So we are looking at a negative 1 in front, and we're going to need to divide by that negative 1. So again, when you multiply or divide by a negative value with an inequality, you flip that sign. So instead of it being less than, it's now going to become greater than. And 6 divided by negative 6 is m is greater than negative 6. So on my number line, it is going to be an open circle this time, and it's the open circle because it's just greater than, it's not equal to 6. And then greater than is going to be shaded to the right. So we're going to shade to the right side, which is going to be approaching those positive values. So then we're just going to look and see what's in our shaded area. So negative 11 is not, so we'll mark that one out. Negative 6, it does not say that it's equal to negative 6. Negative 6, it's less than, so negative 6 is not a solution. So mark that one out. All right, so then we have negative 1. So negative 1 is in our shaded area, so that is a solution. So we have 5 is in the shaded area, 6.1. So negative 7 is outside of my shaded area, so that's not a solution. Negative 5.9, so negative 5.9 is right there at negative 6, but it is greater than, so that's a solution. We have 0, so 5.9, 7. So negative 6.1, so I'm going to zoom in here so you can see. So negative 6.1 is just below the negative 6, so it does not fall in the shaded area. So we have negative 5, positive 1, 6, and 11. All right, so when you type this out, it should be m is greater than negative 6. So hopefully this helps. If you have any more questions,